Hi friends, in this short introduction video of the Arun Sharma CAT Challenge, your ideal CAT companion and the companion for your test series, all your test series needs, the one-stop shop. We're going to talk to you about what are the components of the Arun Sharma CAT Challenge and why you should take it. So if you look at the structure of this test series is a total of 56 full-length mocks, which includes 25 Arun Sharma CAT challenge test, which is my personal view on what the CAT tests you on, and the just like my books, what I've done in these tests is given you the variety of experience in each test of what you will expect to see inside the CAT. So 25 Arun Sharma CAT challenge tests, 6 replicats, which are the exact replicas of the past year CAT papers. And apart from not just the CAT, we also focused on NMAT, SNAP, and IFT. And you have these number of of papers: 5 NMAT mocks, 5 SNAP mocks, 2 IFT mocks, 4 test mocks, and then you also have, if you're preparing for ZAT, you also have repli ZAT. So in short, we take care of all the angles that you need, or all the exams that you need in this test series. Apart from this, the thing that differentiates the Arun Sharma CAT challenge are two parts. The first, of course, is the mini CATs, which is very unique to our test series. And mini CATs is the primer to get into the test series. The mini CAT is a 1.5 hour paper. It's a half CAT, so 30 minutes per section. The quant section has 17 questions. The DILR has 16 questions. The verbal has 17 questions, all in an atmosphere that will replicate the actual CAT paper for you. And you have, of course, the sectional QA, etc. I mean, ultimately, your full length scores will be part of what your individual sectional scores are. So your full length scores will basically get determined by our individual test scores. So that our test series gives you an opportunity to not only play the larger match, the longer match, but also the shorter matches, to see what's happening to you in a 1.5 hour framework when you do all 3 sections together, and also, of course, the sectional papers, etc. So, of course, you need to understand that when you are talking about preparation, and I'll come back to this revolutionary CAT scans a little bit later. So when you're talking about preparation, we're talking about your test series and your test series buying decisions. You're looking for a test series that gives you almost that gives you not just testing experience, but it also gives you feedback about what you need to do and what specific stuff you need to create. So one of the main things that I've seen across students taking test series of various in the various years of my experience of training people for the CAT is that pretty much all the students who start taking a test, their test scores keep going up for some time, for the first 7, 8, 10 tests, and after that the test score plateaus, and then after that taking tests does not give them the requirement or the necessary jump in their scores. At that point of time, if your mock test series can tell you exactly where you're going wrong and what you're doing, it can become a huge advantage to jump out of the current scores. So if your scores are stuck at a certain point after a certain number of tests, you need somebody to tell you, or you need a testing structure that shows you exactly where you're going wrong. So in our system, we have a revolutionary structure called the CAT scan, and the CAT scan basically tests you on individual parts of the portion for a 12-minute framework. And when you look at the CAT scan, what happens in the CAT scan is you get 6 to 7 questions simulating the actual exam. So if you look at a maths chapter, a quant chapter, or a particular question type in data interpretation, or a particular question type in verbal, in the actual exam, you'll typically see between 6 to 7 questions on a chapter or a question type, and you will be typically have around 1.78 1.8 minutes per section, per question. So if you can deal with those 6 7 minutes questions in a 12-minute framework, and you can have a testing structure where you can actually see how you're reacting under time pressure on each of the question types, it can actually give you a very, very clear indication of what you should be working on. So 97 CAT scans. Each CAT scan is a 12-minute test with between 6 to 7 questions, which you're supposed to solve in a 12-minute framework first to identify whether you're able to handle that section or that topic inside the exam, and then solve the same thing in a 24-minute framework, so that you try to see that are you knowledge deficient or are you execution deficient, and hence you're based on that you try to identify which dimension do you start working on in terms of I mean, on one topic you might be knowledge deficient, on another topic you might be execution deficient. That means your knowledge is good, but you're not able to solve it under time pressure. So the CAT scan will help you guide these CAT scans will help you guide and decide on what work you should do in different chapters. Typically, what I see in most test applications that students do is, if I'm getting 3 marks, 3 out of 6 in let's say a number systems test, and I'm getting a 3 out of 6 in a geometry test, then I start doing the same work on both the areas. But it might be that I might be deficient in number systems and knowledge, and I might be deficient in execution and speed in geometry. So if I given 24 minutes and I get instead of 3, I get 5 out of 6 in geometry, that means my knowledge is okay. I just need to make sure that I get what I know in a 12-minute framework. So my work has to be on speed and execution. On the other hand, if in number systems, if in 12 minutes I'm getting 3 out of 6 and 24 minutes also it does not go beyond that, it means I need to work on knowledge, and the work for knowledge is very different from the work for your execution and speed. And identifying what you need to do in which chapter and which question type is a very important component of your test series and your testing time frame, because the most important part during a testing time frame is not, as I told you, it's not just taking the test. It's about taking the feedback from the test, going back to your drawing board and working on the exact things you need to do, and then coming back to your tests and going through that cycle, so that you can jump out of your plateaus of your scores where your scores have got stuck. And to aid all this, you also get personally mentored by me during a score improvement journey. So you have a feature of talking to me or meeting me in my Zoom meetings, etc., with my test series aspirants whenever you are getting stuck in your test scores. So all this and much more in the Arun Sharma CAT challenge. So please test, and I look forward to mentoring you through your journey. Thank you so much, and good luck. God bless. Goodbye.